Hey everybody, how's it going? I just got back from purchasing something for my van, and this is going to be a game changer for my van life. I decided to run a speed test again, and it was 162 megabits per second, which is around 27 times faster than my old internet. So as you can see from the box, I just went and ordered Starlink for my van. I've already opened the box because I was very excited when I got home. So I wanted to get in and see what everything looked like. And I think this cable is 50 foot long. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the length of it, which is plenty long enough for my van. I had the option to order it online directly through Starlink. However, it was going to charge me over $50 for shipping. So I did a little bit more research and found out that Best Buy is actually selling them. So I drove up to Tulsa today and picked it up. They only had one left, so I got there just in time. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything out and set everything up and show you how easy or hard it is to set everything up on it. Alright, so it looks like there's only two things you have to connect to it. The power cable and the cable running to the dish. So this part don't look too difficult at all. And then okay, so I'm going to connect the power now and see what happens. Alright, I don't have any lights. Oh, there's a light down here. So it looks like it's on. So now I'm just going to pull up the app and see what happens. It had me set up my network name and my password, so I've got that taken care of. So now I'm just going to connect to that and go back to the Starlink app. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's saying Starlink connected. Starlink offline, no active account, so I guess I need to set up an account. Okay, when I clicked on activate Starlink, it is prompting me to set up a new account. It has a number on here, so I don't know if I should show that on the camera or not. But, okay, choose service. I need to enter my address. Well, it keeps telling me I'm putting in an invalid address. Go back and try this again. Address invalid, please try again. Okay, it looks like it had to do an update, but it finally let me put my address in. So the next thing it has you do is choose a service. So I'm going to select that. Okay, this app is giving me problems. I had to go in to on the computer to set up my account because the app wouldn't do it. It kept giving me error messages. And now it seems like everything's set up correctly and connected, but the internet's not working for some reason, so I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, I think it's working now. Yep, it's working now. So my old internet, I ran a speed test to see how fast it was, and it was 6 megabytes per second download speed. So now I'm going to test it connected to the Starlink and see what it is. 76. So it's like 12 times the speed I was getting with my old internet. That's crazy. So my suggestion on this would be, if you're setting this up, to set up your account on an actual computer, unless they fix the app, or maybe I'm the only one that had issues with the app, I don't know, but it kept giving me error messages saying not connected and can't display this page, stuff like that. So once I went up and set up the account on the computer, it took about 15 minutes for everything to run through, and then I was able to connect. So that was a whole lot easier. All right, so it's the next day, and besides the fiasco I had with the Starlink app yesterday, I could not be happier with this service. So I believe yesterday, whenever I did the speed test, it told me that it was 76 megabits per second, which was roughly around 12 times faster than my old internet. Well, this morning when I got up and was getting ready for work, I decided to run the speed test again, and it was 162 megabits per second, which is around 27 times faster than my old internet. So I have a feeling that this is going to work out perfectly when I start traveling full time. Now the question is, where in my van do I want to store the dish when I'm not using it? The dish is a little bit larger than I would like. Obviously, I'm in a very tight space in my van, and the smaller things are, the better. As of right now, they have two options. They have the dish that I got, or they also have a dish that I could put up on top of the van and permanently install it on the roof of my van so that I don't have to put it up and take it down every time I want to use it. However, that particular dish is $2,500. The dish that I bought was $600, so there's quite a difference there. I really couldn't see paying an extra $1,900 just to keep from having to put the dish up and taking it down every time I use it. I can do that, that's not that big of a deal, so I'm definitely not going to pay that extra money. Now, I have been doing some research, and from what I've seen, Starlink has just got FCC approval on a smaller dish, which is, what I'm hearing, it's quite smaller and be perfect for situations like I'm in where I have limited space in the van. I went ahead and bought this because I'm needing it for my trip that I have planned at the end of December. However, my brother and his wife are planning on getting Starlink as well, so they decided to go ahead and wait and get the Starlink when the new dish comes out, and then when that comes out, I'll give them my big dish and they'll swap me with the little one. So I think that that will work perfectly. So I've been going back and forth on where I want to permanently put the router. I thought about back here behind my seat, and then I can run the cable up and crack my window a little bit and run it up and set the dish up on my roof whenever I'm using it. And I also thought about underneath my bed. So I think what I've decided to do is I am going to go ahead and put it permanently underneath my bed. The cable is pretty long, so I think it'll run through my cabinet, and then I can get a hook for the side of the cabinet over here and just hang the cable on that. And then when I want to use it, I can just run it out the window that way. So I figured I would just put it in here. I need to clean out from underneath my bed a little bit, but put it in here, probably over here on this side, where I can access it if I need to. Okay, scratch that idea. I think I've decided not to put it underneath my bed. You can tell that I've gone back and forth on this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mount it back behind my TV back here, and then keep the cable back behind my driver's seat. A couple of reasons why. One is because if I ran the cable through my cabinet to underneath my bed, I would have to drill another hole in the side of it back there, and that means I would have to more than likely pull this refrigerator out, and I really don't want to do that. So I think if I just mount it back behind my TV and then keep the cable back here, that'll give me two options. I could either crack this window and run the cable out that window and up on the roof, or I could also run the cable out this door and set it on the ground. So I think keeping it back behind my TV will be perfect. All right, so I have everything situated the way I want it now, so I think this is really gonna work out. Actually, I'll show you real quick what it looks like. I've got it tucked away back here, back behind my TV. There's a couple things that I'm gonna have to get for this. One is that hook that I mentioned for the side of my cabinet. I need to get one of those so that I can roll up the cable when I'm not using it and have somewhere to put that. And then the other thing that I need to get is some Velcro that I can stick to the bottom of the router and then to the top of my cabinet so that it doesn't fly around everywhere while I'm driving, because with the way it is right now, it would not sit up there like that with me driving down the road. So I'll need to get some Velcro for that and the hook, and I think that's it. Oh, and I wanted to mention, it got dark on me so I wasn't able to show it. The dish, I am going to be storing it underneath my bed when I'm not using it. There's a little space next to my battery. I may go get some foam or something that I can put it on just to kind of protect it while I'm driving. But I think that that'll be a good spot for it because it's not a huge area, and I think it'll hold it in place really well next to the battery. But I am very excited that I was able to get this. This is just one step closer to me being able to travel full time, and I cannot wait for that. But anyway, I think this is where I'm going to end it this week. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you didn't notice, I actually posted an extra video this week. I posted it back on Tuesday. I'll put a link up on the top of this video somewhere. If you want to check that out, just click that link, or there will also be a link at the very end of this video. Thank you all once again for watching. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and I will see you next Thursday.